Hello, Grant. I'm here with Daniel once again. We really have to stop meeting like this. We're here in the mall again. We just saw a couple days ago Inside Llewyn Davis, the newest Coen Brothers film. What were your thoughts on it, Daniel?
Well, I've been watching a lot of Coen Brothers films this past year, trying to get a feel for what makes their work.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things that sets them apart is they're always exploring the balance of what I would call, grace and sin, or the joys of life, as well as the undeserved joys and then the darkness of humanity. Some films focus on the darkness, No Country for Old Men, some on the joys, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, but most of them are about the balance. Fargo's a good example of that, True Grit. And I think this film really is about that. Obviously the title character is kind of in a low spot when the film starts out, but yet there's a lot of humor as well.
They also grab really great music, which, coming from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, this I think that is for, that type of music. Fiddle music, backwoods music, but this is for folk music as well. I thought that it was a very literary movie, and I think the Coen Brothers are really known for this. They are known a lot for language, but I thought that this film in particular was able to really take us on a more, symbolic ride. It wasn't giving us easy answers to things. It was giving us a main character who wasn't exactly the nicest person or the easiest person to sympathize with, but I was still engaged in his storyline, and I wanted to see him grow, and I wanted to see where his story ended up. But there really was, it was kind of like dropped into this world for a bit. We got to experience his life for a couple days, and then we kind of were brought out of it again.
The first half of the movie is very funny.
Yeah,
super
funny.
Unexpected on there. Yeah. There's a great bit about a cat, and there's some great theories going around as to what that cat represents, and I have one on my blog we can read.
Yeah, we've had a kind of a debate back and forth about exactly what the cat is supposed to symbolize. But join in the conversation. What do you think the cat means?
And then the second half of the film gets kind of a lot darker on there, which I guess as artists, struggling artists, I know we both sympathize with. I'm successful, obviously. We both sympathize with what his identity crisis there. And when we walked out of the movie theater going, what is the answer that the Coen Brothers gave him?
Yeah.
So it doesn't really tie it up all that neatly, but at the same time, I think we do see character development in it.
Yeah, we definitely understand Llewyn's progression through the film. He comes to really the lowest point that he's had in his career, and we even get to see the beginnings of Bob Dylan at near the end. We get to see what the folk scene was really like before he just busted it all open. So I don't know if that's supposed to represent a little bit of hope for Llewyn. I take it as that. I think that's showing, hey, there's good times to be had. You've gone through your darkest point, and now it's going to be uphill from here. Although I'm sure you can read it the other way too.
Yeah.
He's always going to be in this kind of terrible spot.
Whereas for me, I think it was his reconciliation with some of the better people that he's with. He really is, as the character describes him again and again in the movie, an asshole.
Yeah.
But he is grieving at the same time. And I think you actually see forgiveness take place, understanding that he shouldn't really be treating people as badly as he feels.
Right.
And I think that for me was the character progression on there.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed this movie. I can't wait to see it again. The music's fantastic.
Yeah.
The literary ambience of it is great. I would give it a hearty 4.5 out of 5, or 4 out of 5, but a very hearty 4 out of 5.
A very hearty 4 out of 5.
I'd recommend it.
I've always been a Coen Brothers fan. This is one of their best ones, I think. I would also probably give it a 4 out of 5, but something that I think I'll return back to and probably appreciate more and more as I continue watching it. Anything else you wanted to talk about, Daniel?
I guess not. We have some reviews below.
Reviews.
So definitely,
you'll have a link to the trailer down there as well for you to take a look at.
And let us know what you thought. If you got the chance to see it, please tell us.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be singing the soundtrack for a long time. I had a hard time not singing out in the theater.
Not right now. But and then Grant and I, this isn't Grant, but Grant and I do a podcast called Whatever This Is. There's going to be a link down to that in the description below as well. Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Action, fantastic sword play, but more importantly, moments of real character development, moments of beauty. New Zealand as Middle Earth. Supporting actors feel like caricatures, contrasted with such real emotion that's being played. The guy who plays Solomon, I'll keep it at that.